Here we go. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode. Fantastic. So, I see right now that my branding is still in the way. Okay, so we have to fix that a little bit off. But you see, something has changed here. A lot has changed actually, and we will talk about that in a second. But I have to move myself a little bit around. I think so, like so, maybe here. Don't know, something like that. Yeah, that looks better. So, first of all, I hope I reduced the sound a little bit of the music, because the last time in the video I saw that it is quite loud for everyone. So hopefully this is better. Secondly, I hope my voice is a little bit more clear. This is something else. And you see already that we changed a little bit in our outfit. So we have that nice little square now. We have some text down there, and all that stuff. So it has changed quite a lot. And what I want to start today first with is thank you everyone, we made it. We are now monetized. What this means is we get now really money from YouTube, which helps us to improve this channel even further. For that, thank you already, even though that you have to get now advertisement everywhere, but I hope that is okay. The second thing that I would like to announce is we have now this super chat function that should be down there in the chat somewhere. So you have the possibility to announce it even further. So you don't have to go to another page. You can do it directly here. And that is pretty fantastic. And yeah, so a lot of things has changed. I hope that works. So feedback is as always very welcome. And now let's check the chat. So hey Minu, hey Ambresh, hey Abby, hey Stefan, welcome everyone and welcome back. And now we have today a lot to do, because Minu made a very big PR where he announced a lot of changes that he wants to share with us, and hopefully we can integrate something into our current app. I hope it doesn't change too much, because at the moment I'm still very happy with it. And you see we are responsive, we can have that, you know, we have still our, if you remember, our website here that I can share you in the chat. Wait a second, here we go. Fantastic. And all that stuff is now possible. And yeah, so that is pretty amazing, to be honest. But the problem is that we didn't work now for nearly, I don't know, a week on the project, which always mentioned that I forgot nearly everything about it. So we have to take first a short introduction what happens actually. So we created, thankfully, a lot of issues that we want to do. So for example, small height gets problem with overflow. I think that was mentioned if we make the website very tiny, very small, then we get this overflow on the bottom, which we could fix with an overscroll. Hey Mahtab, how are you? Even Mahtab didn't see the new setup yet, so she's also curious how I'm working today. Fantastic. So how are you all together? What is new for you? What brings the week? What are you working currently on? In the meantime, I can check out what we want to do next. I would like to take a look into the fork of Minu, because he told me that he has some problems with merging stuff. And what this means, or where this comes from, is that he changed nearly everything. I think he completely recreated the whole application here. Oh, outside is a lawnmower. I hope you don't hear that so much. And because he copied or he recreated everything, there is a small noise in audio. Okay, let me check that. Maybe I can improve that somehow. Turn that a little bit down. So like that? Or do you mean the music is still in the way? Holidays means working in the garden. Yeah, I can imagine. That's always the hardest job, right? If you run with the lawnmower the whole time. So I call that Flutter Explained Website Minu. I checked it out directly from his branch. So let's clone that. Is it better with the voice now? Hopefully. Open project in a new window. There's a white noise, okay. That's weird. So let's check that out, where this comes from. I hope I can still improve that. Limiter. Let's remove that for now. It turns off and on when you speak. Okay, maybe now it's a little bit better. I removed the limiter. Auto-detecting my voice. Ooh, okay. Let me check if I can change that. Remove the noise gate for now and maybe add something else. So as you see, I checked a little bit too much around. Maybe that is the problem at the moment. So hopefully we get that fixed. Yep. So maybe now it's a little bit better. Because what I want to try is to remove like sounds from the laptop itself or something like that. So with the van. Yes, this is better. Better. Okay, fantastic. Like to hear that. Good. So now let's check out what Minnow has done. So as I said, I couldn't merge it. The problem is if we try to go from, hey Hasnan, nice to see you. So if we try, for example, to create a pull request from his branch master to our master, you see that only these 3 lines or 5 lines has changed. But actually, if we take a look into it, it seems that he nearly recreated everything. So if we note that, you see everything is recreated by Minnow. And what happens is now GitHub don't understand what actually has changed. And what that means for us is we could now check everything from him and take everything that we want to have. Like he created screens and widgets and got all rid of a lot of stuff that we created. And yeah, so he made it very easy. The question is now, does it still work the same? And for that, I will restart the whole thing. Hello, Hiba, nice to see you. Yeah, it was a fantastic week so far. We made a lot of different stuff where we improved in all different ways and we had to learn a new stuff as always. No macOS project is created for this. Okay, so let's change that. Flutter, create dot. And you know me, whenever I have to learn something new, I love that because then I can read more, inform myself and so on and so forth. That's amazing. So let's Flutter run. I think that should take automatically the macOS if there is no... Oh no, now we get a question. So that's new from the new Flutter version, I think, that we get a question which device we want to run on. Really cool, really like that. One of my friends was asking me the last time, why can Flutter work with Rust? I don't know if you know Rust, but it is a desktop application programming language. And he didn't know that there is a cross-compatibility to desktop versions now with Linux and Windows and so on. And he was completely surprised. I was like, yes, Flutter is the best. So, hey AKS, nice to see you. So today is your session. We can now improve the website again. Yeah, I know, Riverpod 0.6 is ready. I'm improving at the moment this script that I'm working on. Oh, there are some failed offloading fonts. Okay, that is because of the... No worries, Flutterist, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Trust me, I'm just not that fast because there are so many changes. I think he improved the library quite a lot. If we check the riverpod.dev, I think, we can check it out. And there are the modifiers now with .family and .autodispose and so on and so forth. It's really great. I really love that Remy created this website for the docs and does not put everything again in the README file, because a README file should give me an understanding of the package, not how everything works in it. But yeah, promise there will be something. Okay, so we have the second part from Minnow. The font is now a bit off, that is for sure, and we can see that this part is going down. So what he does most likely is creating a scroll container surrounding it, and we can bring that in, I think. We can change that. Hey Mirko, nice to see you. Hope you are well. So, and what my idea is now, you used fonts. The problem is more if you check the runner here. Is it this one? No, that one here. You can see there is a failed of the loading of fonts. And the problem here is that you used Google Fonts, and Google Fonts usually takes out of the box the downloaded version, so he don't download them in the first place. And macOS needs the permission to ask for fonts, so that is why it doesn't work. Good. And that is pretty interesting, but I think we don't have to recreate everything, right? Most of that is anyway working. So implement if, okay, this is something else. You ignore that, that's fine. So what have you changed actually? Okay, website logo, I think we have the same, right? You brought that here, so a lot of constants created. Oh, I like that with the comments. I think that is a very good idea. We can take that. Some code is yours. Yep, fantastic. And then we can think about what we have to transfer actually, or what we can transfer. So this is the width multiplier, and you use here the Passion 1, for example. Rotate animated text kit, that is fantastic. What has actually changed? So hover cursor of the flat button with a pointer, okay. Ah, that is the improvement of that we can now see different cursor types, right? So if we go up here and we go over this, you can see the mouse cursor changes in web now. I think that is pretty cool. So let's check that. So what I will do is I will copy somehow that scrollable behavior that needs to be here somewhere. So we have that padding, the row, containers. I think that should be in, how did you do that? So you have size config, the orientation builder surrounding, that's fine. Then we have home page children container, okay. Responsive. Ah, you wrap the responsive widget directly in the single child scroll widget. That sounds like a cool idea, I think. We can do that. Hey Manya, nice to see ya. Hola, ¿qué tal? I think more Spain I don't have, sorry. Maybe, what was it? Mi soy Max, I think. So then it's gone. That's pretty cool, but I don't like that the responsive widget has now the scaffold inside, because with that we would mean that everything has to be wrapped inside of a responsive widget, right? And also the responsive widget is a stateful widget. ¿Cómo estás? It was really extreme. This is now like the most of the burden has broken now. Now we can think about different stuff again. In my code, yeah, exactly, I saw that, but this is no problem. I just figure out how you did that with the scrolling and so on. I just think about what we can do here and how we can improve your code to our liking, more or less. So I like that we have a single scroll child. I also like that you put in some physics. If you don't know these physics, I think there are good documentations, but the most important part is of that, how you scroll in the different devices, which is pretty cool. Okay. So we take that out. I think we can go over there. And now let's think how it looks at our place. So if we think about, we have that home screen, for example, where we currently have our scaffold, and the responsive widget is just a child which don't really has a lot of logic inside. It just knows about the layout builder. And inside here, we create the different bodies for the screen. And what we want to have actually is whenever, do we want to have always a single scrollable widget here? I think we could do that so that the user always sees the scroll possibility up and down, but actually I don't really like that. So what I would like to do is, if the space is enough, we don't want to make it scrollable actually. On the other side, I think in the future it will be scrollable in any case. What do you think, guys? Should we make it scrollable whenever, or just if it is in mobile size? So I can think about how I will do that then. Now I'm promised it. So we have the mobile body, which is here with the column. This could be a list view, actually. Then we can make it scrollable. Just in mobile size. All right. So let's think about it. If it's getting too small. Fantastic. So what I will try is, because I saw that trick from Namecheap the last time, she just changed a column to a list view, and for her nearly all the problems have been solved. And you see, it also solves from us a lot of problems. But the only problem that I see at the moment is that the image is getting automatically very big because it gets a lot of space. And with that, everything else gets pushed down to the bottom. And I think we have to adjust the image a little bit. But what's cool is now most of the stuff is already pre-implemented. On the other side, we could also keep the column And I think we can wrap this one with a single child's grow view widget. And thanks to Minnow, we can now put in not the cross-axis alignment, but the physics. I think I have them here. So if I'm too fast a little bit, then just tell me. So as you can see, we can avoid these because they are the default physics of the single child's grow view. And that's pretty cool. Then we can remove them even. And now it looks a bit damaged because what happens now is the column is infinity height and the single child's grow view is infinity height. And now with that, we broke more or less our app. So for that, we can't use that here, I think. Not that easy, actually. We could make here the main axis size to min. I think that could help. Let's see. No, doesn't update that correctly. Unfortunate. So I would say the best chance still is the list view here, which directly takes the children. And yeah, I think everything else should work fine. Here we could also override the physics, right? So we could also say the stuff that we had from Minnow, like that with the bouncing scroll physics. But also here we can see it's automatically getting yellow. Okay, so use height for size config with multiplicator for the image. For the flexible image here, I think that image currently, oh, it has a width. Okay, fantastic. So good idea, Minnow, we do that. So you want to set this height by the width. I don't like that, but I think I know what you mean. I think it was just a typo. So we say 4 times size config. And then here we can get the, we have to import it. Exactly, so we have here the width multiplier, or if we do that by the height, we can just take the whole thing and put that here with the height multiplier. I think we can remove the width even because it's dependent. So now it's quite small because I think it takes now the space that it gets from the tuff, or would it be if we take the width here and we change that to the width multiplier? I think that looks better. Fair enough, fantastic. So what is with the bigger screen? So you see, if we are getting in tablet mode, this thing gets extremely high. Please explain. Yes, sure, sorry for that. So what we are doing is, you remember we added this Lottie file. The Lottie file is a Lottie builder with an asset, and here we show our image. So this is this guy. And inside of this size config, which we got from Minnow the last time, we have some possibilities which are dependent on the constraints where we are living in from the whole application. Because this initialize of the size config happens in the main.dart whenever something changes in the view. So the layout builder and the orientation builder will be implemented in the size config init. And what happens now is we set different parameters like the screen width, screen height, and so on and so forth. And also if it is in portrait mode or landscape mode, and so on and so forth. Hey Aravin, nice to see you. And the good thing is now down here there are some calculations, like which is the multiplier, which is always a value between the complete width and the complete height. And we can just use that. Oh, I see right now that the image is quite small to show something with my hands. So, and the idea is now inside of our hero image that we have here, that we use this multiplier and a random number for that. So we can decide, okay, this is the width multiplier for this screen, and then we can make sure that it looks in all the different screens the same size or the same or correct width. So, but what you can see is, okay, for the full screen it works fine, yeah, but for all other screens it looks a bit, well, ugly. Use height. Okay, so let's try it with the height again. And let's see what happens. So now we have a very small image here, which I don't completely understand. So let's see, where does we have here the width multiplier. Let's try it with the height multiplier. So let's get a little bit more space, but we have to increase the number. Yeah, let's double that. Oops, don't to increase it too much. So with 8, it's getting a little bit too big, I think. So what we can do is smalling it down to, let's say 6 maybe. Also not. So it seems to make a pretty big jump between 6 and 8. Eh, interesting. Maybe because I had 89. Take 8 with width multiplier. Okay, let's try that. Looks still the same. So the cool thing about this, oh, we have a crash here. Is that true? Let's make a restart. Incorrect use of parent data widget. The parent data widget flexible wants to apply. Oh, all right. So we most likely have a problem with our list view somewhere. So here we go. I think this list view cannot be flexible and expandable. I think that is a compilation. So let's see. The expanded widget has a wrong ancestor. Okay, so do we have the same thing for our flexible? Yes. So what that means is that this list view maybe cannot work with these two. Let's check it out. What happens if I remove them? So they still work, and I think now the error is gone. Yeah. Okay. Very important for you to know, whenever you use a list view, you cannot have expanded or flexibles. So increasing the number. Okay, let's check it out. Let's increase it to 24. Expanded tries to take as much space as possible, while flexible tries to shrink the content as it possible is. So for example, you have an image which is in a flexible, then the image will get smaller when the space is getting smaller or narrower. So it's getting better. So let's try it to 48. I think that's it, what we want. So something like that, but still on the smallest device, it's still a little bit small, but in the bigger devices, it looks pretty good. So, and you say if I take the height multiplier, it will not work. Ah, it works. Okay, fantastic. Let's take the height in that case. Yeah, it looks better. Well, it's a bit too big for bigger screens now. It's good. Ah, really? So if I take 100, we have 100%. Yeah, that could be. To 45? Okay, interesting. What I would like to do is, can I set a min height for that? I don't think so, right? But that would be fantastic, that we have something like this is a specific height, and then we can change that. So like breakpoints or anything, I think we have to check that out. So because I like that till here or more or less, then it's okay-ish, I would say. And then after that, it's getting a bit ugly. And also I don't understand why there's so much space below. We can check that out, I think, with the outliner. So let's see, we take this and yep. This is a list view, yep. But what I would like to see is where the image ends, because the image seems to be pretty big. Yeah, so the raw Lottie is quite large, so it has already a lot of space below. I think we have to change the Lottie file to improve that a little bit. The height multiplier will be calculated as height you give, height of the window times 100. All right. So, but I think this here is maybe not that often used as a very small device. But now with a scrollable, right, it's getting even flexible a little bit because the height has changed, right? But still we can scroll and everything works well. So I like the idea of doing this here. So the other part is if we make it a bit too big, then the image getting very large. I think we have to create a tablet version, I think. Yes, exactly. I think the Lottie is very large. So we can change the Lottie but I'm a bit lazy for that, because what I think is if we create here also a third one, the tablet body, and would say we take just the same one as the desktop at the moment, that would solve already a lot of problems. Because as you see, it looks good if we break it to a row in a larger device. So the Lottie builder, let's explain the Lottie builder quickly. So let's jump into a browser and search for Lottie files dot something. I just search for that. There you find free animations, and these are, post that here. These Lottie files are animations that are created with a different tool, like for example Adobe After Effects, and these are getting converted into a JSON string. And the cool thing about these Lottie files are that they are super small, super efficient, and SVGs. That means they scale perfectly and look always crisp. So you can use them wherever you want, and you can scale them as you want. And the amazing thing of that is that there is a large community surrounding that. And as you see, you find for nearly every part a file for that. And what the Lottie builder actually does, it goes to your assets, checks out for this JSON file that you have here, and now it takes the JSON file and creates this animation in your application. And this looks then at the end like that. So this animation is not created by me. Actually, it is created by, let's check the README, I think this guy here. So let's search for that. Ilya Pavlov. So he makes also fantastic animations, so check him out. All right, that's that. Okay, so we could now change everything here, but I think it looks already pretty stable, right? So the image is getting bigger and smaller. And what I really like is, because we use that now, it will increase also for the largest fonts. What do you think, guys? Is it a good solution? I think it's pretty neat. Oh, you're welcome. I like to explain. That's my job. Fantastic. Okay, so I would like to push that. I think it's already quite a nice solution. It's not perfect, maybe, but most likely you will post that somewhere in my project or as an issue in the Flutter project, and then we can work on that further. So, but you remember maybe the last time I also told that I would love to have this bar down here on the bottom on the left side looks empty. Yeah, true. So I don't know what we do there at the moment. We have to make the design a bit better for that. I thought already to push that in the middle of the website. That could also work, because at the moment it's on the top. And for that, let's check something. Hey, Nickel. I explained that seconds ago. I could do that once more. So it is a Lottie file. That's the first thing, very quickly for you. And the other part is you need to take a package called Lottie. I think it's just Lottie. Ah, you know Lottie? Fantastic. So I just used the one from Ilya Pavlov. I forgot the name already again. So I think his name was Lushin. So it was just seconds ago. You can just skip a bit back. I think that's possible. And then check it out. Cool. So I'm amazed that everyone likes this animation so much. It's so good. Okay. So first of all, before we do something else, we push everything, because that is already quite a large change, right? So for that, we create a branch. I call this branch now, what did we do? Lottie image optimization. And I will push every 3 files inside of it. We can do that, Nicole, in a second, but this is already another PR, I think, because it's another small change, right? So let's first focus on that we don't have too much changes and I don't have to overview all the other stuff. So we changed that to only height with a 48%. A footer without borders. Sounds amazing. We can do that. I think we can optimize the footer. Just icon on letter. All right. So let's have a look. First of all, I would like to commit this. So we changed that to height. We have in the home screen the tablet body now. And in the mobile home, we have changed the column to a list view. All right. So I think that's all right. I think we can also make a voting for that because, but on the other side, I don't like the bar. Actually, it's too dark at the end, and especially because the page is very bright at the moment, so a lot of white and a lot of colors. Now this very dark theme down here, it's not that good, but we will check it out. We will find a good solution. All right, while I make a commit, you can give me a like. I see we have just 6 likes and 18 person who watch this video, so what is wrong? So let's check that out. So we made the Lottie image more responsive and push that stuff, get a new branch, and I will kick off this. Minu, I close now your stuff, but whenever you have something more and you want to show us, please tell me, because I didn't check now everything. Yeah, I know, that was my first bug that I saw myself with that little border here. It's just, you know, I hope nobody sees it. Abby, you are too good. So, made the little image more responsive. Yep. We have that as an enhancement. And I think that is also responsive design. Here we go. That is project Flutter explained, and that is all right. Does it close anything? Create. Thank you, Hasnan. I'm always encouraged that, because it doesn't look like much, but these likes really help us, and that's weird, but you know, Google algorithms and everything, so we have to trick a little bit. So if I tell you that, and everything will be amazing. Thank you guys, really. It's so good, really. I love that community slowly. It's so amazing to work with you. So we have that animation with Rife and Lottie. I think we did that already, so we can close off that PR. Actually. Or any additions to it? I don't know, we have to check. Small height gets problem with overflow, so this one is connected with the PR. So what I will do is I will go to the PR. I know I do that very much perfectly, so I try to merge this stuff together, and after that I want to fix that. Following PR will solve the issue. Yep. Update. And I think we can link that here. Yes, amazing. Good. And in the meantime, it would be fantastic if you can take a look over the PR, and if you are happy with it, I don't know if you have any access to give me a thumbs up or a recommendation for that. So I don't know if I even can do that. Here is the GitHub PR. And another thing, the last time I got asked to improve the timelines inside of the inside of the live streams. So whenever you think there is a point of time that you would like to cover, it would be amazing if you print that in the chat. Something like, here, this is important, please make a note or something. Then I can improve that in the future, also in the videos. Yes, Hasna, we have. I was prepared and we worked together on that. So let's open that up, because we will work further on that as we go, right? So let's check that out. We have it here. So it looks at the moment very different, which is amazing, but we have to also optimize that a little bit, because at the moment it looks like this. So, and this has already changed, right? So we will have some time work where we work on the design again in a second. But at the moment we just keep it like that for now, because I want to first do, no, the PR is done. No, we can work on that actually. So what do you think? Should we go to the design a little bit? Then we can improve there a lot of stuff, because as someone told already, down here is it very empty. So we could move this part maybe in the center, and we get rid of the footer, and we can optimize that too in the Adobe. So I think what we can do actually is, for now, we hide the the block button up there because it doesn't exist currently. Center sounds great. Center align it. Yeah. So these parts would then be more centric, right? So something like this. The only problem that I see at the moment is I couldn't. I run your code, yes. But the problem with that was that the image was underneath, right? So was there more changes, Minu? As I said, if there is more to it, please let me know. Oh, I see right now, if we make it a little bit in this time, there is still a little overflow. So we have to fix that too. All right. Thank you, Stefan. All right, so what we have to do here in the design is, for example, I think we removed all of these rectangles behind, even though they looked pretty nice, but we removed them. And instead of having this image, what I would like to do is import this Lottie file. I think this is possible with a plugin of Adobe XD that we installed the last time. The name is Anima. And now I don't know, I think I have to log in here. Let's see if I can just do it. Okay, I have to create an account, so I will do that quickly. Up. And oops. What's our team size? It's only me, at least I think that. I'm a software developer. Confirm. Fantastic. Okay, so we have an update down here. Is XD to Flutter is advisable? Well, if you want to create a short part that you can directly import, so if you have a component or something, a very small part, it's amazing. You can directly use it. That should work fine. And there is a problem if you have, for example, if you make a full screen and you want to convert that to Flutter, then it's getting a bit difficult. Yeah, AKS is right. Free Code Camp is amazing about GitHub. And also, if you want to have more, I think the Code Academy is also giving free courses for Git integrations. It's always very highly recommended. And what I also recommend, there is a GitHub page that calls First Contributor GitHub. And I think there is exactly this guy. And there are a lot of guides how you can help the first time with PRs, how you fork, what does it mean, and so on and so forth. So I will also share this with you. Okay, so what do we have in Anima? Anima has a project. Okay, so we have links, hover effects, video, GIF, and Lottie. So I press here on this. Please select a layer to add video, GIF. Okay, so we need a layer for that. So does it mean I just make here something like that? Click and say add a video layer? Yeah. Okay, enter the video or GIF URL. Okay. It seems I can't take an image from that, or? Now let's check it out. That means I have to go to the Lottie file. I have a video on GitHub Actions. But I didn't implement it full. There we can think about, what is the name? We talk about CI/CD for GitHub Actions and Code Magic. Copy paste, yep, we'll do that. But first I have to find it, and it was here somewhere. And I really hope that we have the image somewhere here and we directly find it. Because I downloaded that Lottie file because we changed it slightly. We have an invisible background, so here. I don't know if we can remove that here too. I don't think so. On the other hand, I think I logged in here, right? And then we use this Lottie tool somehow. What is going on? Am I logged in now? No. Okay, so another login. Didn't know that I have to log in everywhere. Sorry for that. So let's go up here. No, that's not it. Okay, I should have saved where it is, right? So there was a Lottie editor or something, right? Yeah, here. So, and then we could push the file here inside, which I can take now from the project. Development, oh, so many projects, I'm sorry for that. Where is it? Block, Firebase, Flutter, no. I think we are in the idea projects. Here we go. And here we have the website, assets, Lottie. Let's try this one. All right. Choose one B-Node or B-Kabu. Interesting. Okay. So here we have now our Lottie file that works directly, and I would like to get here the URL. I don't know if this is possible. Export it. Okay. Lottie URL. So we can directly take it from here, I think. So if we go here, oh, I think the lawnmower is very loud, or? Sorry. I will close the window shortly. Come. So, way better, I think. Okay, so if we save, let's see what happens. Nothing. Okay, let's try it once more. We have that JSON, autoplay, loop, no controls, cover. Mahtab is at the moment in the living room, and I think she's working. Crisp is the best I have ever used for noise cancellation. Okay. So that doesn't seem to work, and I don't know really why. So this is a Lottie JSON file, I think. I opened this in Anima. This is now something. I see, I understand. Okay, so I have to create a new Anima project. So let's call that Flutter explained website, right? So this is a personal part, so create. Now let's preview the whole thing. Thank you, Hasnan. Never worked with that tool, but it seems you are an expert. Your prototype draft is ready, all right? And this opens it up now in a website. Okay, I see. And here we go, all right. I don't know why it is so big, but I think that's another story. So. Well, okay. That helps us, I think. So sync to project. Can we do now here also something, or? It not looks good. No, not really. Well, what I would suggest is maybe we have now the Lottie file, which is fantastic, but instead of having this, maybe I'm just making a screenshot from it. I think that should be maybe the optimal solution to at least have something inside. So like that. take the screenshot, bring it over to Adobe, and we ignore this Anima. And let's check it out. So we go to homepage and pass that in, paste appearance, and then we have that inside. Can work with that. And of course we get rid of the border. So it's not dynamic, but it's anyway better. Yes, we can hide the progress bar, but still it would, I don't know, because it animates just, so it doesn't bring me anything to the design pattern, right? So I don't have a benefit from that. Would I, or at least this is what I think at the moment. Okay, so we make that a little bit smaller. And I would like to change also these parts because they look all different. Look, we have black color up here. So we can try that maybe first. So we check out and we grab the color, and I just take this purple here. Maybe the darker one, something like that. And this would be our primary color. What does everyone think about it? Is it too purple? Because what we should not miss is that our main colors from the logo and from, well, our design perspective is usually blue, right? So the Flutter blue a little bit. We could also change this here, but I'm not sure with that because it would be a lot of work in Lottie today. Try to improve that a little bit. Okay, but we can see that the text here is actually a little bit more centered. So I would like to put that in the center of that. Yep, maybe like so, or a bit higher. Yep. Yeah. But I think what also could be a cool idea is that we have more than one animation on the right side. Because I think AKS told me that last time. Yep. Another add border purple and text color purple, don't feel color background color. Another add border purple. Okay, so you want to have an outline part. So that would mean that the border is purple. And oh, that was something else, I think. Call to action, that would be, yep, and this part would not be filled, and the border of it would be also purple. Yep. And also primary color. Why is it not working as I expect? So where's this? And the border, pick. No, I'm still not really happy with that. But what we can do, 5 pixel border radius with shadow. So having this with the purple, right? And then you mentioned 5 pixel border radius. Wait, keep that. So a little bit rounded border. Okay, let's check that out. So we add here 5. With shadow, filled one, all right. Can do that in a second. So first I will make here a shadow to the rectangle. Voila. And we would fill it instead of that. And the contact us would be from color white. Something like that. So as you can see, we have a small drop shadow at the moment. What I don't like in Adobe is it doesn't display the drop shadow well. So I always have to increase it a little bit. So, and now it looks more like a stamp, like a button. Yes, all right, so color palette. Good point. I think let's create a color palette for our website. Then we can think about how we can organize that and maybe also update the Lottie file, the corresponding. So in order to create a color palette, I usually search on a website, and I think there are some that helps you with these color wheel, I think is the name, right? So it's always good to have the understanding of the basic colors. So primary colors, tertiary, whatever. And you can have different rows there, and colors, there is a whole logic behind. So how can we create the best a color palette? I thought we have here somewhere also in Adobe XD the possibility to create one actually. Okay, we don't. So let's check that out. I think there was color scheme or color generator. More is coming, great. So start the generator, let's see. Okay. Okay, this generates us random colors, okay. Slowly. First, I want to finish off that. Let's start with the color palette. I think that is very necessary to work here. And I think else we get a lot of stuff. So let's Google color palette with the hex color number. So you would just add, for example, our logo color, right? So let's check out what is the logo color, because I can't remember. For that, I just search here and click, and we find that. Revert whatever I've changed. So make a color. Okay. Oh, nice. That turns up the music. All right, so we have this cyan color that I like actually with the who. So it's getting a like dark blue till teal, I would say. The triad. Yeah, it's absolutely, because I have no ideas about color schemes and so on, and I know that there is a whole science behind it. So what do you think? Should we take one of these palettes and stick with that? I think the triad would look pretty cool, or I think if we have that with the green and the purple, we need creative music on the website, auto-playing all the time. Change the logo color. I am against that. I worked a long time on this logo. But maybe we have to readjust the whole style of our channel in the future. But then I would like to talk first with a lot of consultants who have a lot of ideas. All right, so related HTML colors: dark cyan, teal, steel blue, light royal, triad. So what if we just take these colors here and would really stick with these three colors, or with the complementary that we have, like primary green, purple is this one? Or do you think that's too much? Maybe we can also take these hue colors that we say, okay, we stick with that as our main color and take it this more primary and this more secondary color. White I don't like so much. Any ideas? Okay, so I'm not the only one who has no ideas about colors. So what I will do for me, what I always do is I add here, whoops, remove the art book. Plugin, okay, so let's check out a plugin for color palette. Let's see if we find something. Manage, browse, color palette. You also can make a gradient of two colors. I am not such a big fan of gradients. The problem with that is always that it looks like you couldn't decide for a color. But this is my personal opinion. Color designer, simple color palette generator, advanced color adjustments, generate color scale, color list. Ah, it's just to pick colors. Yeah, that's true. Instant color. To asset, material, color palettes. Okay, I try now. What is the first one? Can we read it? Blend fill colors across the selected object. Auto create the intermediate colors. Okay. Ah, this is what I search, I think. This plugin improves workflow with colors. You can generate tints, shades, and color harmonies, add them to your asset library. The plugin is also integrated with Adobe stock. Okay, let's try that. If you have a better plugin that we should use, tell me, then we can try that. Let's try. Okay, so we have shades, color picker, and images. Okay. So at the moment we have these three, I think. And that's a little bit can I think somehow this has managed to be underneath of my screen. So let's try it once more. Ah, better. Okay. So I think it will take automatically these three colors that we have here. And our primary color at the moment would be this blue. So the accent color would be our secondary color, which is this light blue, right? And I think we have still white itself. Okay, we can do that, of course. I think that would be also possible. And then what we would have to do is changing the image accordingly. Maybe that we have not a purple mobile, that we maybe have a black mobile or a white mobile, and the text and so on would be more bluish. We can change that, of course, because we have the possibility to work with this Lottie Explorer. I don't know, here, with that Lottie editor. And as you see, we have all the different shapes here, and we can really change all the different colors that we would like to change. That could take a while, of course, but we can do that. So back to our plugin, because I would like to still have at least some, because this would be our color palette. And as you see, we have now the different tints. And we have a color picker, okay, where we can get random colors. What happens now? Ah, I can now press here on the plus icon if we need another color. That should work somewhere. And I think this is the strength of the color itself. I know how many we want to have. Okay. Google color palette light blue. Oh, and then we get these images, right? These flow images. Nice. But they also call it tints. So I think the plugin helps us here a little bit. And also this part can be used, as you see, with the tint and shades and so on. All right. But I would say we have these three colors at the moment. Sounds good. I think the problem is if we add too many colors at the moment, just wildly, then I get confused later on, but this is just my opinion at the moment. I don't know if this is actually true. We will see. What I will do is adding white as another tertiary color, I think. Third party color. What is the name of that? Base main accent. Okay, base main accent. Okay, let's try that. Call one base. Oops. A lot of my font is getting white now. Up. Let's rename base color. Okay, so now let's change our Lottie file a little bit, I think. Then we make this more optimal. So you mentioned, AKS, that we should keep the dark purple. So do you mean this chat message here in dark purple or the dark purple of the phone? And add light blue and white, the color of the logo, but leave the dark purple. All right, so let's try that. I think we have the multiple shapes here. Let's search one, for example, this one. And here we can change the color. This is all the different colors that there are. But I'm not sure what happens if I change that. Let's press, can I go back after that, or is it updated forever? So in order to, don't know that, I hope I can, we have a history, all right. So let's update that for once. And you see we updated the head here. So this makes no sense, of course, but still we could also hide that completely. So this is the chat message there. So what I would like to do is taking, for example, what would we do? This would be our primary color, that blue, I think. So thank you, Stefan. It works perfectly. I can then update that very easily. Voila. What would be cool if we... Oh, sorry. Okay. So we have that now in place, and we can update all the purple colors here. I think to our main blue. Let's see what happens. Merci. Oh, I tried to implement Amazon for Netherlands, and the fantastic thing about Amazon Netherlands is that they don't provide any different language than Netherlands. So now I know that password means word, I think, or something. I was very, all right. So as a second color, we have this here. Wachtwoord, yeah, exactly, Wachtwoord. What a nice wording. So now it's getting blue, and the cool thing is we can really do that very easily, right? In Lottie, this is really amazing because now we can update all the different parts. Is Amazon DE? No, I don't think so. If we go to amazon.nl, it's getting really crazy. We have this Wachtwoord and everything. So account and same warehouse. Yeah, that could be. I'm German, so pretty boring. But Netherlands is the real stuff. Okay, so next go to this outline. This is the shadow behind. Okay, cool. So what I would like to do for the shadow is increasing the hue a little bit, but we will do that in a second. And the other part is this here. Update. So we have now a bright blue and this here. And I think the shadow should be a bit darker. So this would be maybe our next color. I'm Belgian. Oh, that's completely different. So you learned you are Belgian and live in Netherlands. Ah, fantastic. Okay, so is Belgian an own language? I think they speak a lot of French, or if I have that in mind. I have been once in Belgium to see the European Parliament. It's the same. Oh, all right. Sorry. As I said, I have no idea. I'm very bad. So I want to do that a little bit more dark. So let's change that slightly to the dark. And now we have that as a shadow. We can even make it a little bit more darkish. Up. Fantastic. You see, we learn everything here. Languages, countries, everything. And I would like to add this color here. Can I do that? No. For that I have my plugin here, hopefully. And can I select now an image somewhere? View online, no. Can I? Shades, color, harmonize, complementary. Oh, interesting. Okay, can't do that yet. So what I will do is I just add a new image part and change the fill color. And this one will be my shadow. This gray can be gone. I think we don't need that. And this will be my shadow color. I hope I don't bore you out with all that design stuff, but it's unfortunately also part of the work, right? Let's make that 100 by 100. And what do you think? Is it too bright still for a shadow, or should we do it more darkish? Like so, maybe? Could be pretty good, I think. With that we have a good shape. And the last shape layer that we have is this guy. Ooh, it's quite some colors. Is it this one? I would update this. I don't see where this lives. Okay, that is this one. But I think my blue color didn't take over, which is quite interesting. What is with that color here? Ah, this is the heart, alright. So we can keep that in the color that it has been. I hope the history saves that. Oh, no. Which color should be the heart have? I think red is always good, or so let's just keep red. It's a bit too red. I like design work, you know, it's too red, it's a little bit too bright. Too dark. Yeah, I would like to do that also more often. It's really cool. To be honest, I would like to learn more about this Lottie in general, how it works, how we can improve it, and so on and so forth. I think that heart is really challenging the color. I think we should take this blue here, like the blue line maybe. So our secondary language, or more dark blue. So more dark blue of this color here. Like so. Or is it more for the shadow that we should make more dark? I think there are more better experts than me to... The background is too dark of the heart. Alright, so like let's try to make that a little bit more brighter. Something like that. I think that is good. That's a good option. Maybe a bit more bluish. If this is even a word. So get it a little bit more bluish. Like here, but brighter. No, it's more purpley now. Oh, it looks like before. Fantastic. Yeah, but I think that's fine. Our Future Academy is a YouTube channel for colors. Alright, let's check that out and link that. Future Academy. This guys, how to present a logo. Alright, amazing. So please check that channel out if you are interested in colors. I will do that actually. Maybe for the next live stream I will be more prepared for design stuff. Alright, I think it's okay. And now this part should be the last one. And this has now completely different colors. I see right now that here and here the line is still this purplish one. And this would be the color of this part. Do we have a good idea what we can do here to bring that in? Can we pause that? I don't need the animation all the time. The phone blue. What is a phone blue? Or do you want to make the phone blue? So the main layer. Is this guy? Is this the shadow? Phone outlines. Yeah, this is the guy. Oops. Phone frames that are blue in color, same to the logo. Can we not go in the JSON code and change the colors there? The problem if you could do that actually, I think. If we check out the JSON file or the Lottie file itself, let's have a look. It looks like this, right? So we can format that and everything, and it's maybe also a real JSON, but it's very hard to find the right paths, and it could be that there are a lot of different parts, so it's very hard to understand that. So in that area, we want to do that here, because then we can really see what we change directly. We don't have any problems with that. So I think it's really the better option. The question is more, do we have also a Lottie editor that is locally? It would be great if we have like Adobe After Effects or something where we can just push it in. No problem, Stefan. It's a good question. It's valid. Okay, so you mentioned to make this a gradient of blue to light blue, right? So let's check out if we get the colors here. So the primary color would be our primary color. That would be this darker one, I think. Like so. This is just the frame inside, so I keep that for now, but to Illustrator, yeah, but I don't have Illustrator. I think there the problem starts. And what is this then? Huh. Okay, so I did something. There is a gradient group. These are different things. Can I also roll back a little bit? So we have here 9 minutes ago. That's a bit too late. Sadly not. So this is just the inner frame, as you can see. Yeah, I tried to finish that off now because I started with it, but actually it is a lot of work, that's true. So what we can do is just change. Whoa. I think it's also a problem if you don't have the right tools, right, for the different tasks that you do. Let's keep that for now. And let's check out what this color changes. Okay, this color changes more of the phone. And the bright color would be our secondary color. Oops. You can see that the phone has to be blue, not purple. Yeah. So this is the front side, right? And this will be the intermediate color. So this will be somewhere in between these two colors. So what I will do is changing that slightly to the darker side. Somehow like that. Now we get this phone color here. You take out that Lottie, let's bury it. What? Is it too bad what I'm doing? I don't want to throw out the whole work that we did already. So this is the color. To be honest, I wouldn't just throw it away without taking it. It would be somewhere in the website, just not maybe in the front. Okay, so and next part. Slowly it's getting there. I mean, we just do it once and after that it will work everywhere. But you see it's already looking pretty good with that bright color. Just the inside looks a bit off, but we will change that also in a second. Here we go, and make that also a little bit darker. Fantastic. Now it looks like the sun comes from this side somehow. So it's getting dark on the different parts. Now the inner part we have to make a little bit darker, especially this bright color here. Could be nearly darkish, blackish, something like that, because it is just the inner circle, right? So there comes no light into it. Yeah. The pink not match. This one you mean, or the one inside of the frame? A girl named Lottie. It sounds like an old pirate song. There was a girl named Lottie, and she was not easy. So if I change that to a brighter one, maybe so. No, that's not too bad, I think. And we take this color now for the last purple pink one. This guy. Oh, we have a lot of colors here, geez. Let's for example take this. That is the head again, okay. Here we have most likely the background. What do we have here? Ah, we have 3 layers of shadow here. That's the reason. Okay, so we can take that, make it a little bit darker. And also this one, that can be also a little bit darker. That's a little bit off because you can't see it so well. That's true. I mean, it's not the perfect editor, of course, but yeah. Congratulations, coding guy. You really deserve it to have some free time now, hopefully. Yeah, that's true. But I really like that we changed the color here a little bit, and we still can use it, right? So we will now download this Lottie file again. And this is maybe also the good timing for, well, maybe not, let's wait. So we get this Lottie file, which is just 64 kibytes, right? For an animation that is very small. And now we jump back and bring that here into our folder. Oops, not like that. I click, where's copy? Oh, I hate Mac with that stuff. Here we go. So. I will close that now. This one I can close now, for at least for now, because I think my computer is right now pretty slow. Okay, so what we need to do is changing the name of this, and what I will do is I will first rename this guy here. So we call that old, because old is a fantastic name. Hey, I want to rename you. We don't search for references, we don't search for anything, because we want to rename this guy now how the old one was mentioned. So we don't have to change the code, and it worked immediately. Coding is the god of gods, yeah. So, this is on Code Magic, that's fair, but we want to open up our macOS application. Here we go. And now we have most likely to completely restart the application just because it doesn't know that the asset has changed. All right. Start this guy up. And what do you think about the new setup in general? So with the text down there and so on and so forth, and that little rectangle, do you find it annoying or is it better than before? Looks quite good. 2 points that I would like to change is one time this line here, because I think it interrupts the whole view. And also here, the heart is okay, I think, because it's a heart. But down here maybe. Cool. So maybe what we can do is we can take this color from that background here. Oh, mania. I know exactly how hard it is to get the results back, because I was always a very bad student, I think. So I was always, I don't know if I have to tell that, but I always try to avoid everything that has to do with study and exams, but I managed it too. So was quite successful at the end. So I closed now off the Lottie part. Make phone more dark. The phone inside or the phone outside? I know this sounds like a weird question, but they are valid. So Lottie files generate editor, I think. And what I will do is open up that in Chrome, because I think Chrome is a little bit faster. Editor. Up. Try the editor. Oops, oops. Fantastic, beautiful. So browse. And what I will do is I will just, hopefully this works. I can hopefully just drag and drop that over. Go for it. So, fantastic. Here we have a little bit more speed. I can directly see that. Or now our browser is not selectable anymore. I can't click anything. Hello Ayush, nice to see you. I think my browser crashed. Can't do anything in it. Ah, now I could, but I... Alright, here we go. And now I can click. Okay, fantastic. So what did we want to change? So first of all, we had this shape layer 3. What is that actually? This is just the text on top. Fantastic. So and there we have this purple color here. And I think we want to get rid of that. So this purple color should get the color of this shape here. So I will go here and check out the color. This guy. And I think if we change that color here, update. Yeah. A lot of blue and a little more white or light blue. More white and light blue. How is Lottie? Lottie is amazing. To be honest, I like it a lot. A Lottie? No. But I'm very happy with it, to be honest. It works very well, and also this Lottie editor is quite something. It's still better than doing it with the tools that I have, because it's still free for now. I think that is too blue, or I don't like that. I think that hard color was good. That's a bit too dark. I can't decide for the heart, so if you find a very nice color for the heart, that would be fantastic. And maybe up here, that shape has also that text on it. So let's see. This is it not. So where is the text? Source outlines, this is white, white. Screen should be a little whiter. So is there everywhere the text? So this is the text down there, and I think there we have currently this darkish text, and it would be good if we make this white, or so that we make the lines here white, because they would complement very well with the darkish background. Something like that. And on top, this guy is good, I think, but the purple is annoying. So let's search for this purple. Yeah, this is you guy. So here we will change that to this color. Oh no, that looks ugly. That fights against each other. So instead of using this, I could maybe use the blue color. And this is too boring, I think. Difficult. Could I make it? No, dark is not a good option, because then we don't have the color pick. Make it in white would make it invisible, I think. What you are saying, let me check. So now it's got a lot of blue. I should make more white and light blue. Lower the intensity of the color a little. The screen should be a little whiter. that of the sensation of the radiance light, as if there were cell phone turned on at night. The radiation, the sensation of radiates. Is there a radiation? Or do you mean inside of here? Or should I create something that has that? No, we don't export them as GIF, even that would be possible, but we will export it as a so-called Lottie file, and then we will use it with the package of Lottie. It were the screen of a lit cell phone in art, we call it nuclear target. Wow. And how can I do that? Do I have to have a tool for that? Sorry, I'm not that amazing with that stuff, so... So you would like to have a radiant around that, or that it shines somehow. So instead of having this dark area inside, you would have it more bright, or... Let's Google a white nuclear. Family? Don't Google white nuclear. The screen, so the screen itself, so let's check out where is the screen. I think that would, this screen was this. So what do we change here? Yeah, this is the dark screen down here. More white to the screen. All right, so let's change that a little bit, make that more whitish. So bring it in general a bit more bright. And on top we have it now bright white. Better? I think still the outlines here, no, not this one, but this done here. I think this is this one. It's still a bit too dark now, because if the screen is bright, then I think it should be a bit dark. Oh, that was a mistake. I don't hate it. But what I could offer you are AKS. If you have an idea and you want to improve it, it would be fantastic, or that I mentioned to all of you, if you would take that from the GitHub repository in the future, you would twerk it a little bit, create a pull request for that, and then send it back to me. I think, and push it up to the website. It would be fantastic then, because as you see, I just try a little bit around, and I don't want to waste your time here. Especially if you know, and I know it, that you know it, you are way better with that stuff. So what I will do is I delete the old one, the purple one. I think we don't need that. The Lottie Challange. Love the name. Mobile home screen. And I just override it. So override. Voila, we save the whole thing. Close that off. Oh, we can make even... I have to talk with Matab about something like that, but we can make something about that. If you really change that and it looks fantastic, then we can... I think I say it. I don't know. Don't worry, AKS. That would be fantastic if you can do it. You will get something for it if you do. Promise. It looks fantastic, or not? I like it. It's nearly done. But at least we can keep it for that, because it still looks way better than before, right? And we learned something. We learned how the Lottie files is working again. And I think that looks already fantastic for the first initial draft. So I think it's better than before, actually. It's not that purplish anymore and don't takes anymore so much color there. So, and this still works, fantastic. I like the responsiveness. I'm really happy with the solution right now. So, and what I will do is I'll take another screenshot of it, capture, voila, and replace this guy with that. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't fight with the logo. It doesn't is so much in contrast with the rest of the app, and that's pretty cool. So, but still going back to the design, because we are not finished yet, right? So the thing is, we would like to have a footer, right? A footer is usually an area distinct for some more information, and usually it's found on the bottom of this website. So I would like to have that more or less down here. We have to scroll for that, or at least when we scroll, it should be always on the bottom. So instead of having this part, which is also always on the bottom, but sticky at the moment, so that means even if we would scroll here, so I think you see it here very well, even if we scroll, it sticks on the top of the whole part. Whoops. It sticks on top of everything. The black lettering, so the black color here of the fonts. Yeah, I think you're right. The color of the letters, now it starts. Tell me, what can we do with the colors of the letter? So I talk about footer and you think about letters. So what this is calling me is we should make a poll, I think. Sounds like the perfect timing. Let's see if I can do that quickly. More grayish, okay. Okay, so then let's talk first about the color of the font. Whoop. Flutter Mumbai. So the question is now, should we change the color of a few letters? Retinal ready. Retinal ready. What means retinal? Sorry, my English is horrible. Retinal German. Netzhaut. For the eye, okay. And what will we do to make it more retinal? Font colors. So now I can, for example, give my color that we have as primary color, and then we see what we can get as our primary font color. Or Flutter Studio. What is Flutter Studio? There's stuff I don't know, I have to Google. Oh, Flutter Studio, okay. So it's a source generator, okay. This is Adobe XD at the moment. We just make our design. The paragraph color to DDD. So let's check that out. So I think we have here already some presets. Montserrat, I think that was it. And here we have the color. And you say DDDD. Okay, so it's invisible. I think that would be possible if we have a background. So that would mean that if we have here something behind with a specific color or something, then it could work actually. Let's check that out in this part. Bring that back. Something like that. It looks a bit ugly, but at the moment. Oh wow, okay. But what does it mean for the font to make it retina? A few letters retina ready. So I think the font itself is at the moment Montserrat, right? And they will take care of that, I think, to make it retina ready, or? Those letters below have to be dark lead. So more in this direction. Okay, let's have a look. Something like that, then it's not that opaque anymore, I think. That would be good. No, well, I have never, But the problem is I don't surf so much on different websites. The only websites that I know is like ages long the same, like YouTube or I don't know. So we can also change that a little, then we can also pass that inside. And have, why is that so big? Does it have, it has spaces behind, all right. So make that also a little bit smaller. And we can optimize the spacing. I think that can be also 30, then they are symmetric, like so. And I think that image would be a bit bigger, hopefully. So, like that. On the startup of a website, you can see that, all right. So if we go, for example, to Wiredash, which is my favorite startup this year. So if I go to Wiredash, we see a loading spinner and we see this. And it works also with a similar color palette, I would say. And it also works with this Jumbotron and everything. What I find interesting is that it doesn't start perfectly up here, but I think we are zoomed in at the moment. So the problem here is we don't have really an animation or something, but the website is already showing us where the way it could go. And also I like this part where we have the footer down here. Pub package, issue tracker, and so on and so forth. Is that something that you would recommend AKS, or is that not good? Okay, and what will we do with the color up here? Because that is currently just black, right? But it's the main over sentence. But we can also see here that the colors. That font color is what you need to match. The one I use to make lead. Okay. So what I would like to do is increasing that to at least the size of the screen, something like that. So we have like half-half. I'm not quite sure if we have even later the Flutter explained up here. Maybe we would be just down here, that we have here a very big Flutter explained at the end, instead of having this rotating text. The same page as above has the letters and colors we need. The same page above. Okay, it's hard to follow at the moment. So where are we? We want to change the font's color, and the font color should match something. So we should cover this letter. So you think they are good enough? The question is now, is it readable? Yeah, it's readable for us. So it has a specific font, and the heading here is a different, it has a font family of Lexenda Deca, which I don't want to copy, of course, but we can take a look. Because this is now taking inspiration, I think. So let's have a look. What is this font? That's also a font form from Google that we could use. And yeah. But as I said, we can take an idea, but we shouldn't copy it one by one. But if we say the color of the font is good or would fit our needs, then why not? So what do we have here? So the font would be something like this free something. All right. So if you are happy with that, then I would say we take that over. So, and I think the bottom one would be in this P area. Hopefully I find that. So this is the H1, this is the P, so this would be text color. Well, most likely there is one, but actually I would just use always the, how do you call that, inspect tool of the browser. So in that case it's the Chrome one, so you just right click on the text, you say inspect, then you find the CSS parts. This just works of course for CSS websites. Because what Flutter does is it does not allow that. So if you have a Flutter website like we want to create, like this one, it's getting a little bit more tricky, because if you take a look into the browser, you will see that all elements here inside is a so-called Flutter glass pane. And what Flutter does is it really draws every article on that. Well, if you compare it from this to that, I really like the phone now. It looks amazing. Okay, but we're slowly coming there, and I really like the idea of having this like that, and I think that's going into the right way. So, okay, don't be completely boring today, I would now start to change the font color here. And then we should also think about what we do with this logo up there. If we like that, keep that. Should we change also the font size, font color here? So I think so, right? If we do that once, we should do it everywhere. Like so. You was right, AKS. Good job. I have no problem to tell that everyone that you are right. As I said, I'm not the designer, I am more developer, or at least I try to be. My design, you know, there is a course online that calls Design as a Developer, I think. And I'm really looking into that at the moment because I want to do that. Where is it? Enough to be dangerous or something. To be dangerous? Dentist, yeah. This guy. I think this is not Learn Enough. I think Design Code.io, exactly. So they have this UI course for developers, and I think I want to do that sooner or later. The only question is here if I can do it with you together, that I somehow start with it and we talk about it, or if I get a challenge or something that we work on that together. If you would be interested in something like that, but I really like that they have like these UI patterns, that they have an understanding for that and talk about this stuff. I think that would be fantastic to talk about that. Services, for example. So yeah, menus. I like to see on top of the page where I am, so I would like to leave the header text. Okay, I like that too, to be honest, and I think most of the websites doing that, right? On the other hand, this guy here, for example, this Design Code.io, has only the logo now. So I think both of them are valuable and possible. It's just a decision that you do. I think for GitHub, for example, it makes no sense that they write GitHub behind because, well, everyone knows them. So, all right, remove the letters next to the logo. I don't know, I keep that for now, but what I would like to do is having a menu. And as a menu, I have no idea what would be the best option. So what I would suggest now, before we do anything, we can just start with the menu and then we decide by showing or hiding the stuff, and then we can talk about it. Cool. So Coding Guy agrees with that, so we can do that together. I think that would be fantastic. I think I have to talk with the Design Code.io people, but I think that would be okay. Is to only use the logo, the new rule. Yeah. Okay, but as I said, we can keep it for now and we can just disable it later, so that we just have here like we just disable the text or we keep it on and we can just see the difference, or we make even two possibilities and test it later. Hey Arif, nice, thank you. I'm really looking forward that someone uses that super chat stuff, because I really want to see how it looks like, if everything works also with the stream stuff and so on. So how does a modern menu looks like? I think this is one of them, right? We would have that in very big letters on top. So that would be one option. If we get smaller, it doesn't do anything. If we get very large, you can see it's getting into this menu And I like this CSS animation, I have to admit. I don't know what this is, but I don't like it. I think I hate it. So that means we have a navigation bar for big screen size, small screen sizes, and we have a navigation for big screen sizes. Aw, sorry, Abby. Damn it. I hoped really that this stuff would work. Okay, so what I can do is this, and then we put here some text. For example, what do we could have? I mean, we would have services, right? For example, so services. And I will do them in an own thing. So what I will do is I group them, because most likely we want to have a button surrounding that or something like that. Menu. And I will also group this one in a separate one, which I call menu bar. So then we can work directly on that. Whoa, you're right. Oh no, I did what? No. Aww. I took the stream from this afternoon. I confused everyone, as always. And that's why everyone asked for Namecheap. I knew that I did something wrong. But why? But why? Nah. Okay, let's change that. So, as I said, I worked a lot today on the stream, so most likely there I changed some stuff. So, Flutter website, just chatting, and maybe some design, right? So, let's call it Adobe XD design work. And not part 15, I think we are at part 5 at the moment. Add that. I would like to say we're getting better and better every day, but sometimes I have some major drawbacks. I think I also, when I implemented this stream on Tuesday or something, I released it immediately, and the day after I was like, oh god, not that everyone waited for a stream or something. Alright, thank you, AKS. So, now we would have a lot of, not menu bars, we would have a lot of these parts here. Like, let's have some. And I don't know, what do we have usually on a website, right? We would have a block, I think. So one part could be block, services. What else is there? What people usually like to see? I think we have a multiply of 8, so 8, 16, 24. Something like that. I think we need more space. 24, that would be 32. Something like that. Believe me, I go crazy. The only difference is I just live with it. And I think that's 40 is better in that case. Yes, I think we have also the stream in this afternoon. I can check that maybe here. And I think we have the stream this afternoon. Oh, good luck, Stefan. Enjoy your work. I hope your wife don't have too many tasks for you. Yeah, so this one is also already perfectly, so fantastic. See you. Enjoy the rest of your day, or this afternoon. Maybe we see us again. So now we have a lot of surfaces and block, of course. So the question is now, should we keep it up in the right? I think we can do that so that it's more right aligned, but I have no idea. We have a Discord channel. Wait a second, I have another screen prepared. I know this will be now a bit confusing, but I will go quickly to be right back. Look at that transition! Stuff has changed. But here you can see now that we have a Discord channel where you can join. And I think we have, if I'm switching back, you will find here on Discord, you get also the invitation link. I hope at least. For the group, so just for us. Yeah, maybe I have to create a Discord channel finally myself. I was always working with the one from DevTown because I'm too lazy to manage all that stuff, because it's quite a lot to do at the end. Okay, so we have block, we have services, we have, what do we have actually at the moment? So what is on Miracle Design? Yeah, true. We're getting better every day. About us. Ah, yeah, where we have the big pictures of ourselves and the links. Okay, projects. Yeah, project sounds valid because then we can have like stuff that we have done already, right? Which would be fantastic. And contact us, which is then the contact form. But I think we could get this rid of. On the other side, I think we need that. So I would maybe take them over. I think that's a good idea. So about us. If I'm doing something that is not appropriate anymore in 2020, please let me know. Oh, the music kills me at the moment. Sorry, I have to skip a song. Ah. Flood the mind of the users. Okay, you know, Stefan is in the kitchen at the moment, so I will disable them. But they are staying at the moment still, so then you can have that fight in another day until we are happy with it. I'm insisting. You guys are funny. So let's change that to contact us. And now move the whole thing to the right, because we need something like that. So the question is now on other pages, like for example, that one that we had, design code.io, for example, they have to get pro access. I don't have that. And I see everywhere the dark and light theme. Everywhere. Should we implement a dark and light theme? I like that because it's this Gatsby stuff, right? So should we not? I think we should. It's something that is easy to do, I think, and it helps. But on the other hand, we have to re-implement everything, right? So that means all the dark colors needs to get blue, bright and so on. Interesting. On the other side, we can start with font or something. Whew. Yeah, I have already registered Flutter explained, I think. Explained.de, I think, is it at the moment? No. flutterexplained.de, I don't know. One of the URLs I have already registered. The problem is I didn't set it for the server at the moment. So it will be changing, of course. So Miracle Design.de is just our company name. It will be then Flutter Explained something. Okay. So blah, 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 blah. And the last thing was, yeah, the light and dark theme that we need. So for that, I will open up the material icons list that I have. If you don't know where this is, we can you can take a look into the former streams. I think there we added that, and I maybe can also share that once more. So material icon Adobe XD. So here we go, and you can take that one. There you find all the different icons for it. And what I usually do if I search something, I go here and we search for moon in our case, right? So there is no moon. Can we find dark? Ah, maybe I'm not in the list. Or in this one. Ah, moon. We have mood, dark. Nope. Mood bad. Yeah, these are social things. Blah, blah, blah. We have a toggle. So there is the sun already. That's good. So it's close enough. Sunny. And what would be the opposite of sunny? I used that once for my app somewhere. Is there the opposite of sun somewhere? Hardware, file, editor, device, content, communication, audio, action. Oh, good question. I don't know that, to be honest, Abby. It could be. Sounds like something people would use. On the other hand, I could imagine that it's pretty hard to develop. So let's make that a bit bigger. I just take that as a placeholder, so don't worry everyone, this image is not final. It's just a possibility, right? But because I don't have any option at the moment, so we take the same color, something like that. So, and this could transform to a moon, of course. And this sunny part would be able here inside. Please not as a service menu. So. Cool. So, auto dark theme. So I know that Flutter directly offers the two possibilities of theming, right? So that means when we are going, for example, to our main theme that we have here currently, we have the theme data light at the moment, right? So I can change that to dark and it will automatically change most of the screen. So if we go to our app, this one, so the default stuff would change now. I restart the app quickly because this one is only called once. And as you see now, the only thing that is currently standard is the text color, and it changed to white. You can't, well, we can see that we can't see it anymore. And this will change, or we can define our own themes here. So actually this will help you for the coloring a lot regarding this. So I think we only override this at the moment. So what would happen if we take this? Nothing. Now. So you see the dark theme automatically changes the background color of the scaffold to a dark color. And as you see, it would fit quite well. I mean, we don't have to change all of it to make it possible, right? And yeah, so we can think about that. So, do we have still some time? I am looking quickly for the time. Oh, we are close to the end. I'm so sorry. That was more design work than I thought today. But I think we made a big progress in this, right? It looks way better. We have this nice little Lottie file here. We finished, we solved a little bit problems from Minu that we had. Or better, we improved our application even further with the stuff from Minu, which I really like. And now what I will do is I create a new PR where we change that Lottie file. So that this stuff is also inside of our application. So new branch, MD Weber, improved Lottie animation, and create, and whoop, commit the whole stuff. So Lottie animation fits now the website styling. And commit, push. And inside of our package, here we go. We have now a new PR that we create. And what I will do is giving it some labels like enhancement. It is invalid question. No, that's all fine. We add that to our project. And what I will do is adding a screenshot of it, because with a screenshot people can very quickly understand what really happened and what changed. So with that, it should be better possible to understand what exactly happened here. So we create the whole thing. That's the goal. And that's it. So have you any questions so far? Did we miss anything out? I mean, it was a quite intensive stream today with a lot of design, but I think we made a fantastic work here. It looks amazing on that side, right? We have this dark theme, we have all that different parts. We now move the next time this stuff down. We have still a to-do for the footer part, right? How this should look like, because I have some ideas. I don't know if you know the idea page, so that's something that I have in my mind sometimes. So not this one, this one. And what they do, they work a lot with these shapes here, like crazy shapes. And if we take a look at their footer, that is on the other side very plain. So just a bar, some text inside, but it's like the opposite color. So in the dark theme, it is more the dark theme of it. yeah, so we will work on that too. And it makes a lot of fun, I think. So if you have any questions, if you have any recommendations, like feedback to the stream itself, like the sound is too loud or something like that, please leave it down in the comments below. Don't miss to share everyone who could be interested in Flutter development, these videos that we do. Thank you so much for everything, and thank you so much for working with us together. It's fantastic as always. And now, thanks for watching, and we see us this afternoon. See ya, guys!